we're just leaving Elk Falls Campground. We had a very pleasant stay for a couple of nights, although the one thing that didn't quite work out was all the smoke. But we still got a nice hike in yesterday to Elk Falls, so that was good. We're gonna head into Campbell River and maybe have something to eat and have a look around. Alright, we just dumped tanks and we're off.
Got splashed. When you're filling the water in the Zion, you can't tell actually when it's full. You can check on the tank register, but it's not all that accurate. The only way you can really tell is when the water comes spewing out. So it's an example of getting wet and getting the doorstep wet, but it all dries pretty quickly.
Once you come downtown, you can see how smoky it is. Today the air quality is pretty bad. It's going to be about 10 plus, so very bad. Walmart in Campbell River, and we've got a ton of RVs here. Obviously welcome to stay overnight here. We're just leaving Campbell River and we're heading to Strathcona Park now. It's about 49 kilometers away. We're just going by the Elk Falls campground that we stayed at and following Highway 28 west to Strathcona Park. The smoke, you can barely see the other side of the lake. Just speculating that maybe there's a fire in the park because it looks a lot worse than it did back in Campbell River. We may have a last minute change of plans. We'll see how it goes. We'll check out our campsite, and if things are really this bad, then we might just have to turn around and go back because there's no point being here.
This is our spot. A little bit of sun, but by and large, I think we've got a fair amount of shade. Just about 2 o'clock, and so we seem to be out of shade, but I think we'd have a bit of sun during the day. You can see some of the large trees. Trail, about a 10-meter walk from our site. So you can see the mountains, hopefully with the camera. Through the smoke, we can. It'd be beautiful if we could see them, and there wasn't the smoke.
Frogs. Hello, little guy.
So we're just cooling down the van because it's fairly warm despite all the smoke. So it's time for yet another Hazy Days Northwest IPA.
Sticking with the theme.
I wish we didn't have to, actually. We're still going to go outside, but we're just cooling it down for Precious. So it's gotten reasonably windy here, and we're hoping that's going to clear out the smoke, although someone just told me that there is a fire at the east side of the lake, so a little bit of concern that the wind may make that fire grow and head it towards us. So it's made us a little uncomfortable, but I'm sure we're fine, and the parks people will be pretty quick to warn us if we needed to leave. But the smoke's clearing a little. You can see some of this peaks, you'll see some of the videos that we've shown. Still very smoky though, but it's just gorgeous here. The trees are big, they're old growth trees, the water's really nice, even though it's obviously been dammed, the lake, and you can see some stumps. The stumps add some character. It's just gorgeous. We were out on the point earlier today when we got here, and you'll see some video from that, and I just think it's gorgeous here. I love it. I'm looking forward to coming back and spending some time when it's not smoky and when we can get in a lot more hiking. There's some great trails around here. There's a number of waterfalls, and the trails range from 20-minute simple hikes to full-on mountain expeditions. So great place for us to come back and explore. In the interim, we're having dinner. Kudos to Mickey.
Spaghetti and salad.
Walk to it.
Nice spot. The person who reserved it hasn't arrived yet, or may not. Oh, look at that. You can see the ridge a little bit better now.
Yeah, gorgeous.
And there's a path to the beach from here. Yeah, it's looking much better than it was earlier. I thought you were afraid of snakes. There is a lot of first come, first served sites still available here. Very nice ones too. Given the smoke situation, I'm sure a lot of people have decided not to come. There's lots of spots free. We're just on one of the river access trails from the campground. It's very beautiful, very wild and unspoiled here.
All right, well, good morning.
Good morning.
And we seem to have lost the majority of the smoke.
Yay.
What we have now are clouds, but clouds are a lot nicer, certainly, than the smoke. This morning there was some blue sky, and there's a little bit of blue sky behind us,
yeah.
but
Look up there.
we lost most of the smoke last night, and then we're starting to see some clouds roll in from the west, which is where the ocean is. And that seems to have cleared out the majority of the smoke finally, which is great. So we're just debating on whether we're going to stay another day and go for a hike. It may actually just get cloudy and start to rain, which means we'll probably bail anyway. But it's just so much nicer to get up this morning, have breakfast. I was out doing some exercise on the beach and took some more photos this morning, and it was just so nice to be out in the fresh air.
And to be able to take a deeper breath than we were taking.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to try and breathe shallow, but you didn't want to. Yesterday we certainly didn't want to exercise too hard. We did an extended walk around this area, but nothing too extensive. Anyway, it's gorgeous.
Over on the other side.
You can still see clouds, so I think there's still a little bit of smoke, but it's like probably 20% compared to yesterday. So.
Yeah.
Now we can see clouds, which is
a good sign.
A good sign.
Heading down to the lower viewpoint first, and then there was another path back there for the upper viewpoint of Myra Falls. It's just a gorgeous place. It's a little piece of paradise here at Myra Falls, and it's almost like Mother Nature's swimming pool. Upper viewpoint. A short but steep walk back up the parking lot.
So we just walked another little trail near the top, and this leads us to yet another great view. Once you sort of come through the side of, I guess it's the west side of Strathcona Park, you come to Myra Falls site, and that's actually a underground zinc copper mine. It's been here since 1966 and produces a large variety of ores. And you can see here they've got everything from a little first aid fire tracing station to, I guess, what looks like their administration building, and then farther up here they have a mill, their own powerhouse, which would be generating power on hydroelectric power. So quite a large facility overall.
And a map of some of the trails in the area. It's a security checkpoint. Where we're at is right here. If you go past it, there's a few nice trails. And we were just here at Lower Myra Falls.
Alright, so we're at the start of the Upper Myra Falls Trail, and you have to go through a mine site. They check you through the security point, and then you're fine and good to go. Just literally like a 5-minute drive through the mine site, and then you get to a parking lot for Upper Myra Creek, which is where we're at right now. You start on a fortunately old logging road, which isn't the prettiest, but it's only for about 800 meters or so, and you're in the forest. And then we'll head up the trail and hopefully enjoy some night sights of Upper Myra Falls. So Mickey and I are out, it's our last day, and there are pine cones falling from the big trees beside us. Not just one, but probably at least a dozen that have come down in the last 10 minutes. Some have been bouncing off the van. So every few minutes you'll get 2 or 3, and I think if they hit you in the head they'd hurt, they wouldn't do any damage. But they just keep falling down every few seconds, which is kind of unusual. Either the trees are telling us it's time to leave, or the trees are sending us a message that we should be staying. I'm not too sure.
Isn't this an absolutely spectacular place for a morning coffee? It's Strathcona Park. It's really a jewel. It's just amazing. And really this whole area is really for the campground people, because I don't think they have a day use area here. I'm sure you can park somewhere and walk in, but it's just spectacular. I really can't believe how beautiful it is. Hopefully we can get some really nice video of the lake as we're driving out that we missed because of the smoke the other day. So there's a lot of nice little turnouts here and day use areas for people as well to get onto the lake. Taking a different route back this time. It's Highway 19A, which is supposed to be the scenic route back.